I've always loved looking at the various medieval social class pyramids, and I began thinking, wow, these are actually disturbingly similar to what our class structure looks like today. So I decided to make my own, more honest version for you guys. At the very bottom, we obviously will have our peasant class. This is the vast majority of the population. This includes basically anyone who works in shitty or not shitty jobs for shitty pay, such as retail, food service, some factory jobs, and of course, babies. Because babies can't even swing a hammer. They're more interested in shitting their diapers and sucking on a nice bottle of milk to care about anything. Most of those in the peasant class are in some sort of crippling debt that prevents them from securing any savings in hopes of moving up the ladder. Stress, debt, unhealthy food, unlimited entertainment, drugs, and alcohol play a key role for the ruling class in ensuring the peasants stay peasants. It is possible for a peasant to move up to the next class, but this usually requires the peasant to become $60,000 or more in debt to obtain a college degree that may or may not pay off in the future, and also have the right connections and some luck. Moving up the pyramid, we now have our skilled laborers. Now, I don't really like using that phrase because it implies that everyone in the peasant class does not perform any skilled labor, which is of course not true. I'm using that phrase for basically anyone who earns a significantly larger amount of money. They usually, but not always, will have a college education. This includes doctors, lawyers, engineers, technicians, certain tradesmen, tech professionals, business owners, and so on. It is certainly possible that skilled laborers can move up into the next tier, which are the clergy and politicians, but unless they have a lot of money and the right connections, it is very unlikely. Most in the skilled labor class are usually content at where they are. Let's climb even higher. In tier 3 are the clergy and politicians. What are the clergy? To put it simply, they are members of a church or religion. So you say, I see, of course! He's talking about the Catholic Church. They are pretty powerful. But you would be wrong. The clergy are the people who are the mouthpieces and foot soldiers for the state, the political zealots who have a massive influence on the population. These include mostly the mainstream media. You get to choose to either join the Church of Fox or the Church of CNN, where you can spew your drivel and brainwash the masses. It also includes powerful NGOs, the FBI, ATF, and high-up government employees. The clergy are ideological gatekeepers, the wardens of the state. They do anything they can to protect the government narrative and ensure its growth and safety. You're probably wondering why I placed the clergy on the same tier as politicians. It's because while the politicians have an immense amount of power and influence, it is actually the clergy that tirelessly ensures that the politicians are receiving a great amount of support from the masses by constantly disseminating propaganda. Without the clergy, the politicians have a much more difficult time receiving support, controlling the masses, and holding on to their power. The politicians don't really need much of an explanation. They're politicians. They have an astonishing amount of power to directly affect your lives using the bludgeon of government. Their power is maintained by appeasing special interest groups, backroom deals, secret contracts, and brainwashed voters. You wonder why horrible politicians stay in office for 30 years straight? Brainwashed peasants and skilled laborers keep voting for them. Due to their position on the pyramid and the various amounts of ways politicians can benefit different groups from different tiers, they are in a unique position of wealth, power, and influence that is secured because other entities need their support. On the second to last tier are the corporate oligarchs, which should come as no surprise because the United States is basically a corporate oligarchy with the illusion of freedom and choice. These are the behemoth corporations with a horrific amount of capital, and since money is the main source of power, they wield a great amount of it. Every single class speaks the language of money, and if you have enough of it, you can get whatever you want. You become above the law, you avoid taxes, you influence politicians, elections, you form powerful special interest groups. Examples of corporate oligarchs are BlackRock, Vanguard, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and George Soros. They literally have FU money. If you find yourself doing some research, be careful because you will go down a very deep and dark rabbit hole. You've been warned. And now at the very tippy top of the pyramid is the global cabal class. They are the puppeteers, very secret and nearly untouchable. They have more money than God and use literally every single weapon in their arsenal to get what they want. But what do they want? This is where we get into the weeds a bit because I personally don't know. But we all have our theories. Is it world domination, one world government, to bring back communism, to enslave people of a specific class or ideology? I'm really not sure. So who are they? This tier includes the Federal Reserve, central banks, World Economic Forum, and very old ruling families like the Rothschilds, and quite honestly, probably other groups or institutions out there that we don't even know about. So that's my updated postmodern social class hierarchy pyramid. If you found this video to be enlightening, entertaining, silly, or stupid, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you think my pyramid is correct, dead wrong, or just needs some changes, please leave a comment too. I might have to go into hiding now, but thanks for watching.